Back parade. What's the meaning to life?
All right, and I reposted that, so it's in my copy and paste.
It was originally going to be included in my set, but right when I got done recording the cover for that, I forgot to record the Reaper part, the drum mics and stuff like that, and you know it would probably go over an hour anyway. So I decided to cut it from the set.
Work with what you got, because sometimes even if you want to add more, it probably doesn't fit because you did. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless though, because mine had more than an hour and 30, or it was an hour and 30. Yeah. Even though it was like about a couple of songs, I just at least squeezed it in there. It was only like about a couple minutes later than that. Usually with pre-recorded stuff, it doesn't get cut off.
Yeah. Originally, I was also planned to start with a different song than I did for this event. Originally, I planned the Dire Straits edit, but because it used a slur that wasn't allowed because of rules.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can switch to the non-slur version. Hello, Code.
Well, it said. Well, the song basically tells a story from somebody. Somebody was called a little F word, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
I mean, he didn't mean. I mean, of course, the singer didn't mean it to be offensive or whatever, but.
No, it's one of those things with older music. Stuff that wasn't offensive then is offensive now, and we have to deal with the culture shift. Sometimes for the better culture, sometimes for a worse culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Yep.
Of course,
3 minutes till full start, but while right here, and if everyone is available, I know we lost Code in the shuffle there.
Code's still here.
Yep, still?
All right.
Or did stuff get hidden from me? Yeah, I think stuff got hidden from me.
Yep. Yeah, I think it is because.
There it is.
Yeah, but he's still here, but he turned off his webcam. But he's still here.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's why I was making sure. And we see you lighting up Code. And anyone else hearing Code?
Test him.
Okay, I had to test.
Check your microphone settings, Code.
Because I'm hearing the echo.
I hear a little bit of echo.
Yes, I'm right here.
All right.
Hear you.
Okay. So, sorry a few minutes early, but welcome everyone to the musicians meet and greet / Q&A / we had to replace the charity auction real quick.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
What happened to the charity?
At the moment, I am your current MC, the co-chair, the panelist lead, and all-around person that don't know everything about music. Toa. I have Achieve Hunter.
Hey.
Acid Applejack.
Hi, guys.
Blue Rain.
Heyo.
AWOL. Codebreaker.
Hey, Code's here.
Drumstick Pone. I know it's Pony. Over to that side of me is Steps. Over there is Dauntless.
Hello.
And below me is Luna Amity, Man the Rain.
Hello, ponies. Lost and sad.
So, since this is very by the seat of our pants, let's all go with how has your sets been, if they have gone already, and if they have not, what can we look forward to? We can start with Achieve first and work our way alphabetically. You know, just so it's easier.
Sure.
You got it.
All right.
As y'all notice, it's great to see you guys. I'm Achieve 101. Happy to be here with all of you. I've been a part of this convention so far. Right now, it's already going into 5 years with it. Um, I have been mostly the latest finisher of this whole entire ordeal, but yeah, expect to be. I will be the last performer for the night and all that stuff. And also, I also do go to various conventions whenever I can. I also do video vlogs for cons. I also record some of their like live sets when I'm there when I get opportunities. So yeah, try to expect it for the last BabsCon that's coming up. So well, hope to see you all there, and I'll pass it on to the next one.
Okay. Acid Applejack.
Yeah, hey, my name is Ast Applejack, DJ producer from Holland, of course. But anyway, I'm mostly known for making remixes from fandom songs and non-fandom songs. Most of it non-fandom, but also fandom and not only related to MLP stuff. Oh, other thing, I also perform sometimes, yeah, at online conventions and sometimes in real life conventions. And yeah, I hope to see some of you guys also in some conventions too.
So I guess I'm next then, huh? So my
Yep.
name is AWOL. I am a DJ and producer. Been DJing for the better part of like 20 years now. And coming up at the end of this month, I will be DJing for the fandom as part of Ponyville FM, an internet radio station, for like 10 years now. So yeah, I've been in it for a long time. Been producing for I don't know, like 6-7 years at this point. Not many things, but enough to get me by. I like playing the stuff that's like upbeat, fast, energetic. And I already did my show last night. It was like way super late, but it looked like everybody had a good time. So, yeah, looking forward to doing more of this kind of stuff.
Hi, my name is Blue Rain. I am a fan musician based in the state of Alaska, United States. Pretty sure I'm the only one up here, which is kind of funny. Play guitar. I make mostly rock and metal, and I sing. It's a lot of fun. I love it, love it, love it to death. I've been doing it for the past 2 years. It's been super fun. Haven't been any cons yet, but I do want to go in the future. Um, um, and my set happened very early this morning for me, at least, and I want to say it was the best set I've ever done, at least so far. Now I Exist era is super, super real, and every other performer in the future and coming up at the end of tonight is going to do fantastic. I just know it.
All right. On to Code.
Okay. Hey everyone, this is Codebreaker. I'm a DJ, artist, CDM producer from Mexico, and I have 22 years old. And I wanna thank to all the people who was live yesterday on the DJ set on Ponies Online. I have been performing on online cons in 2020, the year of my debut, and well, I also make music. I have some songs in labels like A State of Sugar, Equinity by Ponies, and another ones from the into the industry. I have collabs with some artists like Dropper Vampire, Upland 9, and some of the brownie artists around here. So thank you for being here, and I'm happy to be here in this music panel.
Thank you, Code. Deps, you're next alphabetically.
Oh no,
Oh,
Dauntless.
sorry. I thought it was Dauntless.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
see Dauntless. I'm not very smart at the moment. I work today.
All good. I'm Dauntless Dan.
That's
I'm
fine,
based out of Virginia in the United States. I've kind of been around in the background since like 2011. I didn't start DJing until about like 10 years ago, but I just recently started doing stuff again. So I kind of had a hiatus for a little bit after my name was originally Crusader with a 3. instead of an E at the end. So some people might actually remember me under that name before I had a whole switch up.
All right. Now on to Depths.
Hello, this is Derps456. This is my first time ever doing this. When I had my first set here in Ponies Online, this was mainly this is me mainly wanting to have people feel the dopamine of sing-alongs, and this is what I did through VR chat furry karaoke. But what I usually do, however, I am a Twitch streamer, play various games, and talk with my viewers and all that stuff, part of Twitch Trot. I live here in California, in the United States, just doing my own thing. I believe you're next, Drum.
Oh, I was waiting on Toacoy to call me. So anyway, hey everyone, I'm Drumstick Pony. I want to thank you all for coming to my live performance despite the despite the technical difficulties. Yeah.
Take your time.
I had so much fun playing the songs. And yeah. I have like some original songs that I've played for this stream, including the one I debuted with Hatsune Miku. Yeah. So I am also not only a drummer, but also I am a Twitch streamer. I'm also a voice actor, and yes, I am a music producer. Yeah.
Heads on what you made. That was freaking amazing.
Okay,
thank you.
next we have. Are you doing good, Drum?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to deal with stuff outside while the introductions were going. Luna Amity from Mayor in the Rain.
Hi, I'm Lunar Amity. I'm from Russia. I'm founder of Made in the Rain, an instrumentalist, guitarist, songwriter, proud member of Brony fandom for 10 years from now on. I started doing music due to tragic events happened to me and my vocalist Satan. You may know him. The idea of our project is to deliver to all of you around the world that you are not alone. That's our philosophy. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you all in the future.
And the new edition, Mullet Music, coming in.
I'm Mullet Music Productions. I have been playing and performing music for a good 10, 11 years now. Brony for 11 years. I thought my set went pretty decent, despite having some hiccups while I was recording it. I wasn't in the best mental health space, but I'm doing much better now. I've just finished my first week, had a new job, so here's hoping for brighter days ahead.
I do wish you luck on that.
Yeah.
All
same.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so I'll repost the Q&A out there, but we do have two responses. His first one is, what is the biggest struggle you have found while recording your Ponies Online sets? And if you have done it live, what was one of your toughest decisions to make on the fly? I had the last bit because, there's some of you who did it live.
It was for everybody.
Yep, for everyone. That's from the QA. Did not say anyone in specific.
Who's going first?
We can go back to alphabetical and just keep going like that. That way everyone knows a spot, and if something goes wrong, we can round back to the end.
Yeah, I think back then it was for me during Renegade sets back at the old BronyCon convention back in Baltimore, Maryland. I think it was during my first time having opportunities try to figure out what music to play and all that stuff. And I was still going under a learning curve how to DJ and all that stuff. So that's what I was getting the idea from, and all the different inspirations I found from other DJs from back in the past when I started going to cons in 2014. The first Pony convention was BronyCon, so and then so on. I was inspired by doing DJing for events. So like learning how to put music on the fly is just unbelievable. So, but it you just had to figure out what music you are comfortable with, what you like, and all that stuff, and it's pretty much you get the bigger idea and all that stuff later down the line. So that's all I got for you.
Right?
Anybody else?
Acid? Yep.
Okay.
Acid, are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hardest thing for me to do.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Try
keep
to
going.
get the flow.
Yeah, hardest thing for me to do was when performing was basically the same thing, making a set list and think what song will fit over the next one and the next one and the next one, especially if it is also my own productions and remixes and stuff like that. But most of the time it works because tools and other things like that. And, but other than that, I don't know. And of course making a set list. But yeah, I already said that.
Enough. Next, AWOL.
It's kind of a funny thing to, talk about struggles, because I've always kind of, like, even when I'm out performing live, I've always been kind of the person to just have my stuff ready to go. And, like, I always bring, like, a bag of goodies, and it's got, like, every wire that I could possibly need, and I've always got, like, a backup for my backups. But last TrotCon, I finally had a scuff that was so bad that I had to, like, restart equipment. And that was, like, the first time that it had happened, like, the whole time that I've been doing convention DJing. And, I actually did find out after the fact that it wasn't what I thought it was. I thought somehow one of the stem things got turned on and I couldn't find a way to turn it off. Ended up being the damn headphones had the tip break on them. I'm still waiting on the cable from AliExpress to fix this one. But I got into a point where the left headphone works, which is good for my DJing because I only ever listen to the left, and the right one's been dead for like months now. So yeah, I've had that kind of struggle. And then they said in regards to like having to think on the fly, for those that may have not caught my set last night, the Ponies Online one is kind of special in that regard because it is the only online convention that I actually do 100% live. I don't make a playlist. I just have my usual like weekly DJ stuff set up ready to go with a couple of custom like intro outro frames. And I just pull up the list of like a couple of hundred Happy Horsecore songs and I just go for it. And so far, every time, we've been good. And we've had the 2 hours of performance and everybody appears to love it. So if we're going to come back for this for 2026, I'm definitely going to be doing it again. But I'm definitely going to have hopefully a working pair of headphones.
Get some backups. You're gonna need backups.
I do have backups. Yes, backups is.
I have backups for my backups.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, I remember.
That was good. All right,
Hey,
next up,
Wyvern.
Blue Rain.
I think the biggest struggle that I have the two biggest struggles whenever I record my sets. I have a tendency to not rehearse my songs, which is a bad habit that I need to break. And then I also have a habit of my voice. I think I'm mainly a singer, and if I can't sing when I have to record, I will usually either play guitar or bass. But if I'm singing, my voice is not really suited for kind of like a long range or lengthy performance setting. I'm definitely more of a studio worker because I think I have the tendency to push my voice in places where it is not super comfortable in. That's why, like, especially on my set, I had a little bit of trouble singing Pariah because it's just it's not super, super up there in my range, but it's definitely a pretty difficult one to sing. And you can hear me struggling, especially on that final chorus. But I think that's part of the live charm because live or part of the performance charm because it's happening. It's there. You can see that it is a person, and it is a person that is making mistakes, and a person that is absolutely trying with their heart on their sleeve to deliver that hard hitting performance. And despite all the struggles that I deal with, I really try to funnel that into my performances because I think it's just I just think it's a lot better that you can really see the struggle and see the mistakes, and that's that.
And also how you can recover from them. Code?
Okay, some troubles that I had during the recording the playing of the Ponies Online DJ set is more than anyone. That is the set list. Select the specific songs to be fit on the playlist, and each song must be match even key and genre. Anyway, it's a bit tedious process because I don't know. I had some what do you like 60 songs, and I need to remove some of them because of the times. And well, this is a long process, but anyway, there it comes. It takes, I don't know, 1 week, and there it goes. There goes the practicing right here. And well, the second thing will be the camera, the video recording, because this is the first time since some years that I didn't have to have two cameras for this track for this DJ set. I didn't have too many supports for the cameras, for the video cameras. So I had to be ingenious to have the right angles for the cameras, and that will be the have the biggest troubles. But anyway, there's here.
Yeah, and by the way, you are doing very well with your English. We apologize as English speakers that some of our words are very hard to say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course that.
All right, Dauntless.
So my biggest struggle would definitely be trying to mix on the fly. So I have to plan my sets out and figure out, where I want to put everything. Because sometimes I'll put a set list together and it'll just I have to cut stuff out because I try to throw so much in there and I'm like, all right, this isn't going to work. So with that and a personal story about this Ponies Online, I found out just because I worked so much a week from that the deadline was coming up. So I had to plan this out really quick while working overtime, doing that, and then going to bed, getting up for work, and then trying to do it again. So some of it's time management too, just because I got to plan everything out. So mixing on the fly is a little harder for me unless I plan ahead and know where I'm putting everything.
All right, on to Depths next.
Oh, yeah. For a first timer, it is a struggle, especially when you don't know what you want to do. Oh, do you want to DJ? Do you want to just sing covers? Do you just anything music related? It's difficult to figure out who you really want to do. So my struggle for that actually way before I went with it, it's I wanted to sing I wanted to mix I want to have a metal DJ set. When I was at Ferrari last year, well, actually for about 2 years or so, but they had a metal DJ set where they just had a bunch of different songs from a lot of metal bands, and I thought I could do that, but I'm I don't know, it killed my motivation so much. So I'm why not sing some covers or something like that? But I'm not a good singer. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a good singer at all. So now, and I thought about it more. I'm that's right. Pinkaboo's sing-alongs were there during Babs. I'm it kind of I never went there, but sing-alongs kind of clicked in my head. I'm like, what if I could do this? What if I could like? What if I want to do the same way, but have this in a karaoke world in VR chat? So that's what I did. I just find like whatever songs that were there in the VR chat world, and then I just throw it right in there, and then I'm like, you know what? This is all for fun. I want people to feel the dopamine of just singing along with people, and there you go. Another struggle I had was I was nervous. I wasn't sure how this is going to turn out, especially I know that I could take the criticism, yeah, but people disrespecting about how people sing, it's like that's what scares me the most. And I kind of overcame that. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hype the crowd up while this pre-recorded set is right there. And yeah, I'm honestly happy about it.
Yeah, and confidence is one of the key factors in any performance, because if you aren't confident in yourself, the people will feel that, and they will either be like, oh, let's show him love and support, or the opposite, which is more likely to happen. Why are you not giving your all? You need to give us more. But that's just from my outside perspective. Drum?
So, my struggles when I was recording my pre-recorded set is the time management, like others mentioned. It's about finding the time to be like, okay, you know what? This is the day where I'm going to film my covers. And it's also the set list, because I'm not filming just one drum cover. Uh, it's like multiple songs that I need to cover in one set. And basically, it's like I have to take some takes to make sure that everything sounds right. And and of course I'm guilty of not practicing or rehearsing before I decided to hit record on everything. That's a bad habit of mine. I need to work on that.
Me too. Don't worry.
And
Ain't
yeah.
that the truth?
And it's also the fact that, not only do I record everything on OBS, I have to record everything on Reaper, which is my DAW for recording drum covers. And that explains why I have to cut Welcome to the Black Parade from the set, because I forgot to record it. I didn't realize it wasn't recording in Reaper. And I was like, oh.
I have so many performances where I just don't have the video because I forgot to hit record. It hits you right in the heart when you go to stop it and you're like, oops.
Yeah. And basically, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cut this out of my set. It's about to go over the 1 hour mark of the set. So, you know what? Screw it. I would just, cut it for my set anyway. And to release it as a cover of its own, as its own video sometime around this month. I'm not too sure about that yet. And there is also the fact that I have to mix everything to make it sound right. I also, after I mix everything on Reaper, then I just go into another program where I master the tracks, so that way it would sound loud and crisp and something that is the same quality you would hear when you're hearing it on let's say Spotify or Amazon Music, Apple Music, etc. Um and also for my original songs, one that I debuted it is not on there because I I don't have the money for the DistroKid subscription. but that's like a topic for another time. So, and another thing is like, I don't have much of a problem. It's like, hyping up the crowd as well, and which I have like little to no problems with, because when you are out performing, all it takes is like talent and charisma to make sure your set goes well. Yeah.
All right, and then Luna Howdy. How has the set gone for you, and what have you had to deal with on the fly as well?
Well, there was nothing I had to do on the fly. Actually, there was just two main difficulties I had when I started to prepare for the set. Well, firstly, I want to shout out to Aval because, well, my headphones broke a month ago.
I feel like this is the theme.
Oh,
I feel like this is the theme of this now. Headphones just breaking everywhere.
And it
Yeah.
falls in line with the club theme as well.
Yeah, I just had a pair of ATH M40s, which I absolutely loved, but well, the time has come, so they broke, and I had to rush to find a way to back it up, and I found the AKG K92. Well, they works fine. Well, there was the problem, like the biggest problem. But apart of that, there was the song at the end of our set, which code name is Solitude. Well, this song was written in a freaking rush because mostly I'm the one who does all the lyrics, all the instrumental stuff regarded for the band, and since I'm not actually in English, it's not my native language. Well, it's just getting difficult from time to time. So that's why the song was in an awkward rush, just because like I need to get these lyrics down before the set. Oh my God, what should I do? And so, yeah, that was the reason. That was the real problem. But apart of that, well, there was nothing, actually.
A good thing that only one minor issue and it's easily fixed. That's always a good thing to have in any situation. Mullet, what has been your experience with all this so far?
Biggest struggle I find is finding time to actually do it. I work 2 jobs. So
I should have
that
said
and then
that.
yeah, and then I have
yeah.
my brother help me, and he's a full-time student. He helps with all the video and lighting on all of my things. So trying to find
Oh,
our
that's
schedules
awesome.
together to come together to actually find 3 hours to block out to physically record it, because I record it in batches. Because if anyone caught my set, I use 6 different guitars through the course of a night, and then I edit it all together, which takes way too much time. So yeah, many sleepless nights trying to put this one together. I had it all recorded and edited in literally 3 days.
That is actually more impressive that you were able to get it done in 3 days. I could see that a full week just on production alone.
Yeah, it's not easy to do it. It's very late nights and too much caffeine.
Yeah,
True.
I can imagine. So,
True.
so from the music side of things, someone has asked, what is best non-main 6 horse? And it
Best
can be
non-main
from,
6 horse.
yes, it can be from anything in G4. You can go to G5 if you have a favorite there. Heck, Pony Life, G3, Ponytails, the original. Anywhere is possible. It just cannot be Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, Rainbow Dash,
Just not the main
Fluttershy.
6.
Yep.
Derpy.
Ooh, that's a good one.
First that came into my head was Derpy.
No scratch.
Ah,
I mean, come on,
Oh.
DJ.
yep. Vinyl and Debbie are pretty popular around here.
Derpy.
Okay, Debbie's in the lead.
Mine actually used to be Derpy, but recently it changed to Trixie Lulamoon.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Ooh, okay.
I know my brother's vote would be Sunset
Code?
Shimmer, because she's technically still a pony.
Ooh, that would be nice. Code, favorite horse character, not main 6?
From me, Ace Starlight Glimmer, I remember. I like it. I love his development.
Not part of the Glimmer game here. Dips? Did y'all say Dips?
Chrysalis.
Ah, of course, the changeling
Good
loves
pick.
the mother.
To the villain.
Mhm.
Okay. Dauntless, I'm sorry.
I just find it interesting. I just find the species interesting. Hence, my character type put in.
I understand that, and Dauntless, I
Makes
apologize.
sense.
Take a
Goes
wild guess. Definitely derpy.
Or-
Okay. Hey, Drum?
So for me, it would probably be like Soren or Thunderlane or I like some of the characters that are like, not the main 6 or main 5 if you're talking about G5. But yeah, I would say it's like Derpy, Vinyl Scratch. There is also Pharynx and Thorax. I like these
Based.
Pulls
characters.
out a whole list.
Yeah.
It's hard to
name
pick
one.
one.
But yeah, it's all good. Did Luna Amity?
I'll be picking 2. It's Vinyl Scratch and Delaria Harsings.
That is fair enough.
Nice.
And Mullen, I know you said your brother would say Sunset. What about you?
There's too many to name. I like them all. That's my problem. They all have their ups and downs.
I have that same
A
problem.
bigger list than Drumstick.
Time
I
to
agree.
edit this message I put in then.
And again, I'm putting the QA there so we can get more since it might be buried. Next one. Who is your pony music? Who is your inspiration to be a pony musician? Could be in the fandom, could not. It says specifically pony musician, but I'm like, that's a little limiting because you all came to music through different means. But if you want to shout out your originators for being in the fandom for the music side, what are they?
Vicky.
For me, out of the ones I'm looking forward to see is hopefully the return of Garniga. Yeah, back then it was Garniga, an old friend I performed along every now and then, which is I haven't seen. Y'all probably heard of him before. It was Brony Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, we performed together at Vancouver Pony Expo. So
God, I want to go there.
yeah, I went Vancouver Pony Expo. I was there this year, so I was a musician guest for that event.
Okay, Acid.
Okay. Give me a second. Yeah, my favorite musician, fandom musician, which made me start to make music in the first place was Royal Pony. Yes, also you AWOL, but especially Royal Pony.
Royal Pony. Yep. Hey guys, heads up! It's already on his Bandcamp. The latest album, myself, AWOL, and Acid Applejack were on his album, Royal Pony and Friends. Check that album out on his Bandcamp.
Yeah, but I knew Royal Pony before he had the different YouTube channel.
Yeah.
His old channel got taken down for some stupid reasons, but yeah, that's YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the game.
Yeah, that was even before Big Mama Zeus took over all the Toacoy.
Oof.
Anyway.
All right. AWOL, your inspirations for the fandom.
It's kind of a weird question to ask because, like, back when I was getting into happy hardcore, like, it was less about being inspired to do stuff and more about just wanting to share what I was absorbing and trying to absorb as much stuff as I was doing back then. I mean, I do that nowadays with both hardcore music as well as pony music, but like, I don't really put it on any one particular person. Like, my desire to want to DJ this stuff is just because of my desire to share the kind of stuff that I've been listening to with other people. And then later, when I got to the point where I wanted to start producing my own stuff, it was more along the lines of, I bet I'd probably be pretty good at actually making the tracks now, so let's try and do that. And it kind of just developed from there. So I don't really stick it on any one particular person. I know discovering the idea of pony music, that happened like back in 2011 when Flash was still a thing, and I doing what anybody in their early adulthood would be doing, just wasting hours on 4chan and seeing flashes that like featured music from the fandom at the time, because it was like a virus. It was spreading everywhere and you could find it everywhere. And then, it's like, oh, this is one has a track that's got some Eurobeat in it. Maybe I should research what that is, because I know what Eurobeat is. And that's kind of, you fall into it and it's like, okay, maybe there is something serious going on here with the music scene, and the rest is history, really. I don't really it's kind of funny that I blame 4chan for me getting into the music scene, but nowadays I want nothing to do with the fucking site.
That's understandable. I also recall around that time there was a thing on PBS called the Idea Channel, and it pointed out, hey, did you know that there is this massive music area for My Little Pony? And they did a whole thing on that, and I'm like, that's neat to see from the outside how other people interpret it. But hearing that inside view, it's like, dang. Blue Rain.
So Indefinite was definitely like I don't know that. What did I just say? I'm definitely more in tune with the rock and metal side of the community. So I mean, the obvious pick for me as like the biggest inspiration for me to begin doing fandom music after doing 5 years of not fandom music was definitely Prince Whatever. Discovering him was like the catalyst for like everything going forward. Me really beginning to take guitar more seriously and production more seriously as well. It was all Prince Whatever. And like continuing forward, I would discover more musicians under that rock and metal sphere. Like I fell in love with music by Black and Blue, Melody Brony, Biscuit, and I can shout out a couple more names that really fueled my desire to contribute to this to the fandom music scene, like Plum Creek Rhythm Section. I can shout out Forest Rain. I can even shout out, is right here, Lunar Amity from Mare in the Rain. Massive inspiration for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely very in tune with the rock and metal side of the community. But if you want to like get a definitive flashpoint as to like, okay, this is the artist that makes me want to start doing this, it's definitely going to be Prince Whatever.
That is fair. Prince is a very, very talented person. And Code.
I mean, come on.
Well, I have many artists who I have inspiration for the brownie music, but if I would pick one or some of them, it will be Silverhound and Faulty. Why? Because I really love how their music, the electronic music, are made, and that's why I got the inspiration to make my own music with many roots and style of them. That's it. That's it.
All right, Dauntless, your inspirations.
So I could totally give you guys another list, but one that stands out is Alex Ness.
Opens
Ness
a
way back
huge
in the day.
scroll.
And yeah, let me just roll it out.
Hold up a
So,
huge scroll.
Back in the day, a big one was Alex S. before
Alex
my
S.
whole
Alright.
color base era
Alex
started.
S was a good
So I
star
think
in
now
the
it's
early
probably
fandom.
Ace Aura. Yeah, he was insane. I think now he's Andromulus, right?
I think
Alex S.
so.
Alex
I
S.
haven't kept up.
Yeah, Alex S is a Drobulus. Yep.
Okay, I thought so. But yeah, now it's Ace Aura, not really in the fandom, but now I'm taking color base and putting it in the fandom through me. So
Nice. All right, Debs, your inspiration, because I know you said Peekaboo.
That is true. Yes, it was Peekaboo that kind of inspired me to do, decide to do sing-alongs. Anyways, if I can't sing well, I'm like, just do it for fun.
Yes.
That's
Karaoke.
spirit.
Way before this was way before the incident, by the way. I decided to figure this out. I'm like, okay, yeah, there's that, and now this is a huge inspiration. Now,
Mhm.
It's one of those things that you're like, here's a genuine idea. Something happens, and you go, oh, now this has more weight. I like it, but dang, why doesn't it have more weight?
the thing is like, as well. I again, I've never went to her her sing along stuff, but I could tell that those are really good, especially coming from her. Like she's one of the most loved people around there in the fandom. I wanted to give out more variety than just pony songs, of course. So that's what I pretty much did.
Yeah, and that's fair, because as much as we love the music of the show and everything else, musicians take inspiration from everything around them, not just one subject.
Mhm.
All right,
Indeed.
Drum, your inspirations?
So my inspirations for doing music, I have been doing drum covers for like so many years, and I don't know if there's like any like pony musicians that like inspired me to do like drum covers of pony songs. I know there's like other musicians that are like that inspired me to play drums. But for as like for the musician part, music in general, making music, I would say my influences are Silverhound, Violet Pony, Prince Whatever, and the Living Tombstone. That's what
Yeah,
I would look my inspirations.
it is fascinating to hear how similar everything is, but yet how different. And, Amity.
Well, apart from the tragic submission, shit, I'm sorry, I'm I'm trying to combine two languages in one word. Apart from
You're good.
yeah, sorry. From a tragic event that happened to me back then when after what I started to play guitar and wanted to make music, there was and currently I hope is some of the musicians that drove an inspiration between inside me. It's definitely Among the Herd, Ken Applejack, Soar in Flight, and Prince Forever, obviously. When it was a COVID time, I was like bored as hell, and I found out about his streams on Twitch and YouTube, and well, I started to look more into it, and well, took my guitar finally, started to make something.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes that momentary thing of I have nothing to do, let's diddle on the guitar, and oh no, I'm actually good at this, help. Alright, Mullet.
Oh, who's ready for a list? All started inspiration.
Me!
I can say the
Another
Everfree
one.
Network's top 100 burning tracks of 2012. Everything on that.
Oh,
Listened to that probably 100 times.
Oh, okay.
I think I just aged a bit.
And then Age again, 100% no feeble cheering. I love that album.
All right.
Start going into artists.
Oh,
The two
man.
big ones, for sure. AJ, as everyone knows as Prince Whatever. Love the guy. And Forest Rain, she held a contest a gajillion years ago of who can sing Wonderbolt, and that was my excuse to start my YouTube channel.
Nice.
From there, going down the
Nice.
list, Forever Free Brony, DB Pony, Melody, Black and Blue, Snow Shovel, Divinum X, Whirlwind Drumming, Remake and Acoustic Brony, DJ Twitch, 2010, and the 4 artists in there, including Mike the Mike, I Bring the Lulz, Living Tombstone, Wooden Toaster, Odyssey Eurobeat.
Stop making me feel old.
Nice.
That is
Right
a
now.
very comprehensive list, and I think most of us would. Oh, I
Someone
just
is also
had
making the
them.
list.
I had those names, and I went, "Wow, it's 2015." Oh no!
Cue the
Oh, I
Kim.
do the same thing. I think. Oh yeah, I've only
I
been here
already
2-3
submitted
years.
that
No,
to my
I've been a brony for 11 years now. I feel old.
But aren't we all? Well, next question we have is: how did you choose your name, and if you changed it, why?
Oh.
This question
Huh.
does not apply to me.
You're still new. You're the young blood here. I see the bullet.
'Cause that-
Yes.
Yeah.
Achieve.
All right. Back then, originally, it was originally from a gaming channel called Rooster Teeth, the original Achievement Hunter channel. And the thing is, with that channel, I decided to add it in as a pony edition, but in addition, just to do his own thing and create it as his own. The problem is, Achieve Hunter was not originally meant for pony stuff; it was meant for gaming. But later, I had to get think about it, and then I was like, okay, I can't use Achieve Hunter, but I was allowed to use Achieve Hunter 1. So that made it easier for me to make it as a pony character. But back then, because I was playing rock, I used to play a lot of Rock Band in the past.
Show the
I
axe. We
still-
all know it.
I still play. I still play Clone Hero today, and I still have a download edition of Guitar Hero on my PC. So I do play Clone Hero a lot. So when I get the
I think you can also
opportunity, I
mention
just
that to Serato.
so
Oh,
yeah, I do
Anyway.
play it. Yeah, well on YouTube in the past, that's how I was able to pick the name later, because there was no character, and I decided to make it a green OC, which is right now, as you'll see on Ponytown. It would used to be the very first original green OC. I was considerate, but I wasn't sure if there was like another green OC who originated. But as far as I know, I had the Achieve Hunter 1 since 2014. So because back then I didn't know who originally had the green OC, which I think it was what was his name, Wooden Toaster would be the first original.
I think Win was yellow with green in the hair.
Oh, okay.
Because we have an example over here thanks to Mullet. Because we have Mike the Mike, Wooden Toaster, and Tombstone. I forget if that's Alex X
That's
down
Lols.
below. Oh, lol. Sorry.
Yeah.
My fault. I got 3
Yeah.
out of the 4 without having to look them up. So that's where I'm at.
All right.
Acid?
Alright, my name. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird story to tell. Originally, you can still see it on some of my uploads on YouTube. Really old and really ass. But anyway, originally it was named. I first called myself DJ Lady Killer, but that was too gimmicky. Then I switched to Techno Nation, but yeah, don't sound. But I got tired of that name after a while, and since 2015, I thought, what if I took that serious element, but still make it a bit gimmicky? I take one of the main 6 characters and thought, what would that look like if they were on acid? And AJ was basically my second favorite phony,
Fair.
so I made it as an Applejack on acid.
Makes
So
sense.
that's,
Nice.
it's still a bit serious,
Right.
but it still has that gimmicky flavor.
Yeah. Okay, AWOL?
AWOL?
Internet might be a little bit choppy.
Your microphone's
Oh, so check your mic.
not picking up
Your mic, AWOL.
voice.
Well, he's frozen on my end, so.
He's moving on my end.
No,
I see him
he's
moving.
I'm
moving.
just not on the window. So
Yeah,
there it is.
give me a moment
There
here.
it is.
Hey. Yeah.
His name.
I get it.
I see. I see.
I see.
Fair.
I get it.
Alex Balls, AWOL. I get it.
I noticed. I remember.
Yep.
It's also
There you go.
It's also
Nice.
Ta-da!
a bit of a gimmicky name. It's also a bit of a gimmicky name. I get it now.
Yeah. No, that is fair, and that's a good way to be like, I know who I am because my name is literally on the thing. No, it's not.
Apparently, there's a lot of people in UK hardcore and happy hardcore that just have a name that's like part of their name, and it's. I made it when I was like, I don't know, 5, and it just kind of stuck with me. I'm that one guy among like my group of friends where everybody just calls me by the nickname instead of the real name, and that's just how it's always been.
The name's just stuck with you.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
All right, Blue.
This is a fun story. So, 10 or 11 years ago, in either fourth or fifth grade, the teacher gave us an assignment for like some kind of biology class. Like, hey, make like a plant or an organism, something like either like a plant or whatever. And because I was much of a creative kid, I made a little flower. And the gimmick with the flower was that it would behave like a regular flower. It was just a regular plant. But the gimmick was whatever like excess water that extra water that the flower had, if it wasn't using it for anything and the storage whatevers were full, I forgot what they were called. Vacuoles, I think, I don't remember. But if the storage things were full, the flower would use the water to like make either its leaves or its petals glow, like fluorescent. And I have a habit of, this has been going on forever. I have a habit of just like putting random like names or words together to create names. And apparently, I chose the name of this flower to be the Blue Rain flower without the E. Cut to 2016. I got friends sleeping over. I would have been like maybe 11. And I finally figured out how to change my YouTube username from my real actual name to whatever I want. Finally figured it out because Google was weird about it. And I don't know why, but for some reason that name just came floating back to me like a year and a half later after first making the concept. And thus I became Blue Rain.
Nice. Code, you next.
Okay. The origin of the name Codebreaker remains from a game we have must know. I have been a fan since 10 years ago of Geometry Dash. And,
Nice!
well,
oh my
yes.
god, I know it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, I see what Brain is going on. Well, there's a section in the game, and it was published from the same laptop, the original developer and creator of the game. There's some hints to have as a keyword for unlock an icon, and if with some investigation and a lot of things, it gets the conclusion that the word is code breaker with the tree, like that. And I saw that moment, and in that moment I say, good, I like it. So that will be my name of artist.
That's awesome.
Yes.
It's a sick name though.
That is very cool, and I love that someone was in tuned enough to be like, I know where that's going. I love it.
Yes.
I've been playing GD for 10 years plus.
Dauntless.
All right, so we're gonna get deep into like my high school lore for a minute. So I used to be in a band called I'm Just Pretending. So we grew up in like the scene phase. So I used to play lead guitar and do like the synths and everything with a buddy of mine. So I'm still a metalhead to this day. So I figured you guys would appreciate that. So we did that for a little while, and then he just kind of stopped working on it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a project myself. Took the Skrillex route, left the band to do my own like EDM stuff, and So my name became Crusader with like an exclamation point at the end. And then after a while, I realized the other Crusader, people kept getting us mixed up. So I added a 3 instead of an E. So then it became that. And then, that's the name that's on Cider Party and stuff. So I decided to change it again, like maybe 6 years ago. I don't even remember. But I do a lot of action sports, hence the Monster hat. And I ride for Monster doing mountain biking. And my friend was like, dude, you're pretty like Dauntless. And I didn't figure out what it meant. It meant fearless. And I was like, dude, that's good alliteration with Dan. So I was like, Dauntless Dan. I'm changing it to Dauntless Dan. So doxing my own name in there since then.
Well, it's all good, man. And I mean, let's be frank. How many kids nowadays just actually use their own name for, like, hey, here's my name, dox me.
Yeah. I want it to be neutral, so it
yeah,
can be fandom and outside of fandom. So
yeah, it's all good. Debs, your turn. I assume it has to do with Debbie, but it could also be something else.
Yeah, you called it. So yeah, it was my favorite pony. It still kind of is, but Chrysalis is now a thing now. So, anyways, I got that, but it used to be Derby Gaming 456. Way too long of a name. It was too tacky. I'm like, I'm just gonna think of something else, and then how I got the name Derbs was I just like, you know what? I just wanted to shorten it up a bit. I named a character of mine that I had like years ago, which I still do, which was a Kirby Sona. And I just named it Derp, say just a cyborg Kirby, and that's it. And after finding out, like, you know what, let me shorten up the name. Boom, Derps 456. I still kept the name. That 456 name was actually inspired by the name of Bonner Money 456 on it. I used to love that YouTuber so much. He was really cool. Then it's been my name ever since. It's not a musician name, but since I'm I'm a young blood. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just
all
keep it as
good.
is.
And Drum, I don't really have to guess where you got yours from, but do explain your history, though.
Okay, so basically, I came up with the name Drumstick Pony, but this wasn't the first name that I went by. I was originally Brony Drumming because I'm a Brony who plays drums. The reason that I decided to change the name is because, well, I feel like rebranding myself. Brony Drumming sounds like, generic and, kind of bland if you ask me. So I just went with the name Drumstick Pony. And the drumstick part is basically my Sona, my alias is named after my OC, which is Drumstick. Because I was making like a pony on Pony Creator on DeviantArt, if anyone remembers that, and I was trying to make
Yes.
I was trying to like come up with the name for my Sona, and one of my friends is like, "Hey, why don't you call the pony Drumstick?" And that really sticks. And because I'm like a drummer, I've been drumming for so many years, and yeah, I like in late 2019 I went with Drumstick Pony, and I went with the name since. So yeah.
Okay, and Luna Amity, hey, how did you get your name? I know Man in the Rain is a very nice band name, though.
Thank you. Well, actually, there's two different stories in my name. So, as you can see, Lunar Amity is a name. Well, you can guess it's a name of my OC. But back then, Blarain might remember it. Back then, the project Mayor in the Rain was called Lunar Amity and Seidan Project. So, the story behind
right.
Lunar Amity is. Well, I don't know. Actually, Lunar was just the first name that came into my mind when I was creating my OC. And the Amity part, well, there's a band, the Amity Affliction. I just took the name out of it.
Nice.
That's how it was. That's how it was called. And Mayor in the Rain. Well, that's actually Satan's idea. The whole name of the band was actually Satan's idea, which is my vocalist. So I don't actually remember what has driven him to call ourselves like this, but we made a poll, and this name won. So this is how it goes.
And I did look up amity, actually, and it's like a friendly relationship. I think it's because we know of amicable, but we normally don't see it without, amicable. Well, because we don't see the little amity part of it. It's just amicable.
Uh-huh.
Which actually kind of fits the theme. Mullet, I know you've already shown off what are your reasons why you named Mullet, but why are you named Mullet?
Going through middle school and high school, I actually had a legitimate mullet going on, and I became known by everyone as the Mullet Man. I still am to a lot of people from that.
Mullet
So it's like, okay, I'm okay with that. I can work with that name. So when it came time to start making everything, it's like, okay, mullet music, but that's already taken. Crap. Productions, that's a word no one ever uses. So yeah, I have long, complicated name, but easy enough to still remember.
Yeah, but as always, it's one of those things of a name does make a person. Because I've had my name since 03 back in Bionicle, and back then it was 2.0 on the internet because, second version of myself online. And I just dropped the number after a while because why would anyone care about a number? Looks over at depths.
Mm-hmm.
You say that, but my brother actually dropped his nickname and calls himself AWOL 2.0 these days because everybody was just calling him that.
AWOL 2.0.
2.0.
2.0.
All right. Hey. So I got one more on here. I'll repost the form in a moment. This goes to all musicians. What is your favorite song you have made overall? And I'll have that in the chat.
Does not apply to me. I did not make anything.
For me, it was mostly collaborations, mainly with Royal Pony. So far, the late one of my favorites is going back to the final BronyCon. Was me and Royal Pony were hanging out. It was the song called Illusion. Me and Royal Pony did together. It was the story behind that one is an old Twitter post that I did relating to all the batch collections that I had for the times I've been at BronyCon, the 6 times I was a part of the convention. So, and that's what made it a big deal. And then thanks to Royal Pony, who decided to make a remix out of it, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm glad that song still stayed along. So yeah, the song Illusion in 2019 is still great. For me, that I was able to get collabed with Royal Pony, and also the other favor is the latest album we did this year. So I'm happy about that too.
Nice.
In my case, I would say there are a few songs I'm still proud that I did made it, but most of them are remixes. But if I need to go to the originals, good question. I would say maybe also the collaborations I did with Royal Pony, because I also did 2. One of them was under the Project Intensity alias, which he had with Venetim. And the second one was one that came out recently, which you already announced, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And even I did a small part in, I had a small part in it, the roll kick and the reverse bass, of course. But I don't want to talk too complicated about it. For my remixes, I would say maybe my 99 Luftballons remix or my Avas Fluttershy Ass remix. But I maybe will select the second one because that will still English. Sorry, that will still do fine every single time I play it.
It will do it justice.
It does fine every
Yeah.
single time I play it.
And also in your case, yes, you know.
Oh man, this is always kind of an interesting question because back in like 2017, when I did a remix of Where the Rich Ponies Go, when I finished that song, I was thinking to myself, is this my magnum opus? Is this it? Am I not gonna get any better than this? And just time and time again, I'd prove myself wrong, and it's like, holy crap. I'd say as of right now, my absolute favorite track that I have done was my remix of Monster Party. It's not the most recent thing I've done, but it just goes over so well every single time. But yeah, I definitely feel it. And TB Pony here in the chat, he really said it the best way. Like, when you make a new track and it's like, is this the best thing I'm going to do? And then you go and make another track and you improve somehow, and it's like, holy crap. But yeah. So as of right now, it's definitely, for me, it's got to be my remix of Monster Party. But that will probably change sometime soon, because it always does.
Which funny enough, I did also a remix of that. But yeah, enough about that.
Oh, am I up? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, good.
okay. So I have a deep, unending respect for music that can personally affect me physically, like music that can make me cry. You know, so I have an unending respect for that. But I personally had never ever had that happen to me with a song that I had created until mid-March, so last month. I released an album called Now I Exist. It was right after Fields, and it was supposed to show the kind of like progression of how far I've come. And again, a song I had produced, had never ever done this before, but because it happened and because I believe that it was really well written and my collaborator was on point, personally, I have to say the title track for Now I Exist, Now I Exist featuring Canto Acrylic, is my favorite song I've produced so far. The almost 8-minute closing track to that record. I hosted a listening party for it the day before it came out, and there were like 10 or 11 other people there. And because the record was such a burden for me to make the whole thing, when I got to the end, I was actually like in tears because it was 10 months of strenuous work on the record, losing faith in my abilities as a producer and as a vocalist. So being able to finally share it with everyone after 10 grueling months of work, it just made me break down in tears whenever I heard the track for the millionth time. Yes, but finally I was at a place where I could show it to other people again. And that just broke me physically. I could not speak for like 5 minutes after the song. So my favorite track I've ever done is the title track to Now I Exist, featuring Canto Acrylic.
Yeah, and that's always nice whenever you're like, my newest creation is my favorite, and I want to know if that holds up after a year. Because you have all this emotional investment in it. What will it be in a year? Because we all go through that phase of, this is my favorite thing ever. A year later, you're like, I still like it, but eh. And that's always going to be a fun thing for artists. Code.
Okay, the track I have some love, and I will say is something very important to me. Is the track? I mean, it's the song which I debuted on A State of Sugar, Sea of Stars. Why? That song, I remember I started to work on that track since 2020, early 2021. It has a lot of things. If you can hear it, surely it's a very, very emotional song. I wanted to bring that emotional that emotional part to a progressive house. I had a lot of influences. I tried to submit to some labels. One of the more important was Prince Dawn, but that's another story. Anyway, and then I go to submit to Step Sugar. I guess it's Biscuit. I don't remember. It's in 2021, and I was so happy when I was as accepted on Step because that was the first Brownie label I sent music since 2020, like 5 years ago, and that's why I have so much love to Sea of Stars.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. That's one of your big things that you took a step into a larger world, pardon the Star Wars pun, and slash reference. You went from, I have the ability, but no one's given me the chance. Someone gave you the chance, and look here. You're with some people who have done this for years, a person that just started their career, even if it's only just sing-alongs.
That's it.
It's all a journey, and we all are going on this journey in separate ways, but we intersect. And we must know that everything happens not for a reason, but with effort. So, Dauntless?
So mine probably had to be the Falling Stars VIP. And that's because so like 3/4 of the way through it, I got like crazy writer's block and didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So that's when I hit up Coog, who I'm good friends with, and I was like, see if you can, do something with this. So like, I mean, I think it was like maybe 3 days before the Ponies at Dawn deadline. Coog got some cool vocal chopping and got some other bits of it done, and then we worked together that last day before submissions and got it done, and it ended up turning out great. And I thought it was gonna flop because I wasn't gonna finish it.
All right. Dubs, while you haven't done anything, what of the group here has been your favorite to listen to?
That's been my favorite. I mean, I could just say like my favorite that I've like at least added into the set if that's what you want.
Yeah, because it's all about sharing here.
Okay. I gotta say I had a lot of like favorites that were right there, but the most favorite, honestly, has to be um the Suicide Hotline song from Logic. Having that sung along right there. Ever since I've heard of it, it's just like it's a work of art of saying how like people are never alone and all that stuff. I wanted to give out this whole long speech of like that people are always there to help them. People are always there to support. The number is right there, as professionals are there 24/7 and all that stuff. It stuck out to me the most, especially that like it sucks losing people, especially like those that inspire you the most. And singing that one during the time when I was like just singing this one had me emotional still, because music touches your emotions very well, and that's the whole point of art. It's like you gotta have the listener feel that. And I wanted to have people feel the same way I did while I was just having people sing along with me. And there you go. Thank you, White Phoenix. Yeah, that one. And it was a lot of fun doing it. But one of my favorites when I wanted to have fun with that one, actually, I gotta say, another one of my favorites is "Can You Feel My Heart?" It was by Bring Me the Horizon. I'm sure Blue Rain.
Yes.
I'm sure you were you were
Absolutely.
having a lot of fun. Yeah.
I shredded my voice singing along with you to that one.
Yeah, that one. that one was another one of my favorites because it just feels good. The lyric writing out of it is astonishing. That's what I like about Bring Me the Horizon so much. So that one's another one of my
Real.
favorites. I had a lot of fun with it. And then lastly, I gotta say, The Magic of Friendship Grows. That one, that's a no brainer.
Breaks me every time as well. That they made some
It hurts.
black magic with that because that you
All of
show
you
that
Ponytown,
someone-
I do apologize if I made you cry singing along with me. But I said, get your tissues ready. I did say, get your tissues ready.
Mhm.
But
And
man.
I wanted people to feel that. I want people to feel the dopamine out of it. That's the whole point of sing along. So, yeah.
yeah, as far as I know, magic is not provable. The closest thing we do have is music because everyone has heard a song from 50 years ago. And whether you liked it or not, you felt something from it. Not because it was a good song, but because someone put their effort into making it into a song. It is something that transcends time, places. My new favorite example of that is Now and Then by the Beatles. Because they cobbled together audio from two dead members that were previously recorded and then finished that song using technology. That is the final music that any member of that band will make as that band. And it amazes me that they still could have John Lennon, a man we lost so long ago, still be on it. And that is why music is magic.
Not only John, George also passed away.
Yeah, I know. John was the important thing there because it's all based off of him. With George having his from the 90s, and then Paul and Ringo finishing it up. And stuff like that is why I will forever say music is the magic of our world. Drum, I'm sorry you have to try and build off of that.
Yeah. I'm guessing I'm next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So, one of the favorite songs that I have made is the most recent song that I put out or debuted. And yeah, it's Unstoppable featuring Hatsune Miku. I had a lot of fun making the song, and it just sounds so good. As for like songs that I covered, basically one of my favorite songs like to drum to are the ones that I had a lot of fun doing. Like for instance, Antonym by Violet Pony, that one is a fan favorite. 2013 from Prince Whatever and 12. That's another great one. And where is Unstoppable? I haven't released the song yet. Probably because, well, I don't have the money for DistroKid yet, so
Basically, since these people here make original music, they have to go through the process of keeping it protected, making sure it passes all safety things that involve that copyright protection, and it takes a while because I've heard some covers of certain things cost like $200 for a song that was probably no more than like 2 or 3 minutes. Just singing it.
It's the law.
Yeah.
That
depends where you distribute it.
Yep, but hey, it's better than having a company go, yes, we'll take this. Yank.
Yoink.
Yeah, for sure. But of course, it depends where you distribute it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luna Amity.
Well, it's actually hard to answer because our project just doesn't have that much songs currently at the moment. But from now on, what we do have, I must say, is gonna be Reasons to Live from Friendship Was Magic series.
Yes.
That's nice. And Drum, I'm sorry if I cut you off there.
No worries, no worries. So, yeah, Unstoppable will be coming soon. It will probably be released on something like Bandcamp and SoundCloud and on YouTube or something like that. I just for everything else I need a DistroKid subscription. Anyway, back to the relevant topic. Yeah, the songs that I had a lot of fun with, such as Violet Pony's Antonym and 2013 by Prince Whatever and 12. Oh, and 20% Cooler by Ken Ashcorp. That is a great starter for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, and Mullet.
Oh, favorite song I've ever done or written. Probably my song "If Life Were Simple." It's one that I had a riff just in my head, and I kind of wrote it around there. And then the lyrics came out after I met one of my best friends on Ponytown. Actually, we live roughly 7,000 miles apart, and there's basically no chance that we're ever gonna meet. But if life were simple, we would be together, and that's what that song is about.
Nice. Hey, so, we got about 45 more minutes of this, so let's go on. We do have this question here. Favorite MLP show song to remix? Any Jen?
Oh, remixed. Ooh.
Remixed?
Yep.
Oh,
And
That's a good one.
what people think for a moment, because there's a lot. The Diamond remix that actually makes it into a decent, like, little bop is one of my favorite out of anything. The thing of sorry, it's hard to remember, but you know what song I'm talking about that had a good Diamond TR remix.
I know. Work along with the one and only Join the Herd.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Join the Herd. Yeah, Join the Herd is a good one. So
stop making me feel old.
Yeah.
You are one of the youngest here.
I'm 22. Let me still feel old. I was running for over 10 years.
You think you're old? I am like 1 year away from 30.
Hi, I'm 31. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm also 31.
I mean, I'm 30.
Am I the youngest person here?
How old are you?
Born in 94, bitch.
I am 19.
You don't look 19. What?
Before we get too far off, IRL people have mistaken me for a high schooler. So, it's not just looking young, looking old. People assume. But let's start down our list and go through. Achibi, did you say Join the Herd was one of your favorite remixes?
Yeah, Wadash Shavadal, who brought like original songs. Join the Herd did a Changeling. I'm hearing some too much background noise. Yeah, sorry, Codebreaker.
Oh,
yeah, it was flashing a little bit.
You had background.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, Join the Herd did a Changeling Can Change, a Spike song. The one Diamond Tiara song, the Beat a Pony I Want to Be, and I still enjoy one of the Cutie Mark Crusader song. I think it was about earning their cutie mark. We make our mark. That's the one.
Yeah, that was also the celebration song because after so many seasons, they finally achieved their goal.
Season 5. So let's go there. It's season 5 when they finally got their cutie mark. That's all I would go there. So yeah, Join a Herd is like right now one of my favorites to make all the My Little Pony songs into his own remix. So I enjoy those and listen to those. I haven't made any of my own, unfortunately.
Well, that's part of the fun of it. Sometimes you're not a remix artist. Sometimes you're just wanting to do covers or your original stuff. And that's always fine.
DJing.
Yep, DJing also. Okay, Acid?
Yeah, my favorite remix from the from the show. What was the question, right?
Okay, it is a song that's remixed by any fan of music. So
Yeah,
what?
that's a bit.
Sorry.
What I'm trying to say is that was a bit unfair to answer in my case because, well, not completely. I have two that I really enjoy. One of it is the Lupoof remix of Magic of Friendship Goes, and the second one is a remix I did from Days Go by Applejack.
Ooh, nice.
And that is a bit of a weird story because the melody is the same melody from a Dutch pop song called Wij houden van Oranje by André Hazes. Sorry if I go all Dutch in this case.
No, you're good.
I thought I need to flip that song and make it my own. Come on.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the unfair part in this case.
Yeah.
I also used it as set finisher, by the way, but enough about that.
Yeah. But that's part of the fun, because each musician here does something different. And if it seems unfair to ask this, it's a general question, and any knowledge shared is good knowledge given. AWOL.
Okay. So, I mean, other than my own stuff, I'd say probably over like the whole time that I've been in this fandom, the one that I keep going back to is this one made way back in the day by Additive Subtractive called Ko's Day Ira. It is a remix of, I think they call it This Day Ira in the show. This Day's Going to Be Perfect. That one. He kind of spins around the track and does a little bit of experimental stuff, but I really love the track because of that it definitely wants to be a remix of the song, but it keeps breaking out and kind of doing its own thing. And I love when people like to do that, like, you know, where the inspiration comes in the song and that they're not afraid to experiment with it a little bit. But yeah, it was made a long time ago now. I think it was 2012, and but I keep coming back to it all the time just to give it a listen. So yeah, definitely that.
And on to Blue. Something cut off on my end. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to skip this question. Sorry, remixers.
It's all right.
Fair enough.
No. I hit my boom arm.
You're good. You're good.
I did that earlier.
Yep. So if Blue's not doing it, Code.
Okay, I have 3 specific remixes because I can say which is better than other. I have first the song from the John 6 is their song "The Place Where We Belong," remixed by Faulty.
Ooh, that is good.
Yeah, it's a great progressive house. Then there is from the final song of My Little Pony 4, that is "The Magic of Friendship Grows," but there is 2 remixes. One from my partner in that moment that was Pinky Brain, now Waldo Kid. It's a future bass, so emotional, even with the context of the song, and also the remix from the Wooden. I guess it's from a State of Sugar. It's from a State of Sugar. Yes, it's a remix of electro house, future house that it feels so good. It's a great banger for that legendary track.
Nice. So on to Dauntless.
So from like show songs in general, probably Love Is in Bloom. When that song came out, I heard so many cool remixes of it. I even did one. It's not out anymore because it was a long time ago, but I still have it. So I might throw it somewhere to see what you guys think. But yeah, that specifically the one who was it? Six of Lasers did a really cool remix of it, and it was so like dynamic. It was really cool. What he did with the voices and everything.
Oh, the
So it's still
dubstep.
one of my favorites. Yeah. I think it was on
Yeah,
Balloon Party.
I remember. I remember playing at Vancouver 2022. I think it was 23. Yeah, 2023. I did that.
Yeah,
I
that's
played
still one of
that
my
song
favorite
for
remixes
Lasers.
to this day.
Yep. Yeah, I played
Yeah,
that live.
it's one of those things. Love is in Bloom was such a pop mix, and given how high pop was at that time, it was like, this is begging to be remixed into something silly. And just have that bass bumping. So good.
Mhm.
Deps, your favorite remixes?
So, wow. Because I'm not too big on the EDM stuff, like any other remixes and all that. But I'll say though, I got a couple. One is I'm trying to remember the name, but this that song, all I could ever think of is the Luna game. So I forgot, like the first one they used that one song. I forgot the name.
So good.
I'll have to come back to you on that one later on. But the other one was this day Aria, remixed from Daniel Ingram's remixed album, I believe. Right? Am
That
I
is
right on that?
you can double check, but yeah, a lot of like season 2's final episode being such a, and I'm
Acid
quoting
Paradox,
you,
right?
Disney movie. Maybe. But yeah, the whole
this is I don't remember anything else.
it's all good. There's a lot of remixes, and sometimes it gets confused because that is just the volume that the fandom has produced. But yeah, the end of season 2 and that wait for season 3, the last few songs were just everywhere. If you were online at the time, just you would hear like, oh, here's a Love and Some Bloom, here's the Stay Aria. Is it a full cadence song, or did they go for chrysalis, or did they actually keep it together? It's one of those things. It's a drumstick.
So for me, I don't remember what my favorite remixes of My Little Pony songs are from the top of my head. I know there's like a remix of a fan-made song. Of course, there's, well, call me basic. There's the Living Tombstone remix of Discord from Euro B Brony. Let's see. For like songs from the show, I would say A Karen's Tale. There's like some good music, good like remixes for that one. And there's also like there's also One Small Thing from the remix from Join the Herd. That's also a really good remix. It's Gonna Work, also from Join a Herd. That was a bop. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about like that's all I gotta say about like remixes of the songs from the show.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. On to Luna Amity.
I was thinking about skipping this question like Blu-ray did, but at the final moment, I thought about this one specific remix that I discovered like 10 years, I guess, ago. It's Aftermath, Make a Wish.
Make a Witch.
Oh.
That because the Make a Witch is your birthday party. Make
Yeah.
a
This one.
Witch.
Yeah.
And just taking a short song like that and making it into a full one, that is just awesome. And I will, before I go to Mullet, I will say this fandom did the crazier thing on taking a song from a comic and making it into an actual song.
Wow.
And then people did remixes of that.
Oh wow.
Dedication.
Wow, awesome.
This fandom is crazy in some of the best ways.
Sweep.
Yes, Sweep is also a good remix of just the show, not a song, an actual show thing. Mullet, whenever
Yeah,
you
cool.
drifting.
Bear with me. I'm in a practice session for my league race tonight.
You're good.
Song remixes that come to mind. Well, if anyone has ever seen my set, Gotta Make 'Em All Evil by 2JDFGS. Discord in a Poke Battle. I love the crap out of that song. Also dates back to the top 100 Brony tracks of 2012. Just dating all of us here.
Yep.
From there, other tracks, All Levels at Once, the remix of the Italian version of the My Little Pony intro is freaking fantastic. You brought
Yeah.
up Love is in
Really?
Bloom, specifically the Aviators version is my favorite. I love that one.
Oh,
And
back when they did
then-
remixes, that is true.
And then I think Open Up Your Eyes, Prince Whatever, and Jake Rowe, that version is amazing. I love that one. How you can take already a big anthemic orchestric song and make it even bigger and better. And then Prince Whatever's version of Spectacle from the show is also freaking amazing. I love that version.
Again, this is why it's good to have some musician talk and just go one after the other, because you might be reminded of something and just go, "Oh my, I remember that now."
Oh yeah, there was also I forgot to mention. Sorry about that. Awesome as I Want to Be by Nami. That was a great.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Nami. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Next question I have, and we're getting close to a 15 for the official end. We do have 15 minutes before the next panel, so if we go over, it's all good. But this question is, how many conventions have you been to, and how long have you are you expecting to play at them if you do? So basically saying, what is your normal booking time, and how many conventions have you been to?
In person or online?
I would go with either or,
in
because
person.
online you have the option of just being doing it as a pre-record, but also being able to interact with people. While on
true.
stage, you have to keep that barrier, because too many people coming too close could be a bad thing, even if it's all fun and games.
Yeah, I do acknowledge that. But mainly, if I have to count it, it would have to be more in person and all that stuff. The online ones are fine in my case, but I won't count the online ones because I read if I'm more used to interacting in person.
No, that's
So, I would
understandable,
say in
and
person. Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those things. This is a good stopgap and a good doorstep
Yeah.
to let people be like, this is how you can experience some of it. Not all of it, of
Yeah.
course, but some.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. But if I have to be honest to everybody, if I had to keep a record, how many PonyCons I've already been through, I am fortunate enough to keep a complete note of how many cons I've been through so far. For the record, I am close of nearly close to doing 50 cons. Right now I'm at 48.
Nice.
In person. They're all in person. All in person.
Oh.
It would be
Yeah.
higher with the onlines, but these are what he prefers to count, because, again, as a performer on stage, you want to have that interaction. This is a very good facsimile of that interaction, and allows a little more one-on-one, but it will not replace being on stage going, "Y'all having a good night?" and just a wall of sound going, "Yeah."
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I will never diminish what we do here, but live
Yeah.
stuff is a little bit better for most things. Not
Anyone.
everything.
Chief Hunter is on full on tour guide. That is impressive.
Thank you for making that comment. But here you go. I'm going to.
He pulls out a phone.
I'm giving y'all my exact list. All right, here you go. Y'all ready?
Oh my god, he's actually showing it. We're back. We're back to the whole list. We're
Nice.
back to the whole scroll.
God.
I
Wow.
love how it actually says that it's his list of conventions at the top.
We're back to the whole
come
long
on,
ass scroll.
My camera.
Focus, camera, focus.
I will
Yeah,
like
my
to be you guys.
do well, but
Nah, bro, just copy and
Uh,
paste
Got the
everything.
scroll like credits.
Dang it!
I'm over here just
You-
whipping it up in
you-
Notepad.
you
This dude has a
you do
prepared
it,
list.
dude.
Just
Yeah,
copy and paste
I don't
everything
want to
at
waste.
this point.
I don't want to waste anyone's time. I do not want to waste anyone's time.
Nah, yeah, y'all good. Right
Yeah,
now,
so-
currently out of the two sections, you are the highest on the concerts. It's
Yeah. Out of conventions and mostly concerts, being able to debut at TrotCon 2021 December edition. Like I said, I started going to conventions starting back at BronyCon 2014. Dealt with that. I even went to the very first PhillyCon in Philadelphia. I don't want to talk about that controversy. I went
no.
to. I've been through other variety conventions like anime, video games, science, whatever, that et cetera, et cetera. If you think about it, like one of them in particular, if anyone ever heard of DerpyCon, DerpyCon was used to be technically pony, but it is considered a multi-genre, so
Makes
it is a
sense.
multi-genre
Oh,
convention.
okay.
So yeah,
That's an interesting one.
and yeah, and then believe me, I have seen other bronies come in. Even Little Shy FIM made an appearance once, so at a DerpyCon.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
so try to imagine trying to tell Little Shy FIM just to come on down just this once. It was me and Red Card. We were the ones that got him in. So we were
That's
lucky enough to invite
amazing.
him along with members of the old PonyCon NYC in the past. Yeah, and the first time I originally met AWOL was back at PonyCon, the Long Branch, New Jersey, PonyCon NYC. Well, before it decided to go down, decided to close forever. So that was the last one I've been through, and other cons, even like anime cons, like one of my favorites right now, if I ever go to like an anime convention, is Colossal Con East. It's the one in Colossal Con East. The one I go to is the one in Pennsylvania. So it's literally like a few hours away from where I live, and I could just drive there with no problem. Yeah, but
well, that's
but many
also
other yeah yeah
well, it's
yeah.
also. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt stuff.
No, it's fine.
No worries.
But
Yeah.
like I said, did someone ever? Someone must have said, "Do I still got some of my collection of badges?" You're right. I do. I do have a unbelievable bag of my own full of my badge collections and all that stuff.
Yeah, you
So
did.
yeah,
You did show
My
me that
gosh.
5 years ago.
It's grown by now, no doubt.
It's still
Dude,
it's
same
still
here.
growing.
I got them
I
all hung
guarantee
up
you.
right back there somewhere.
I know.
yeah, it's there. So yeah, but overall, like all in-person cons, I'm getting coming up for Babs will be 49, and I don't know which one is going to be my 50, so that will be a hard guess. So yeah, there you go. That's my record right now.
That is impressive. The only person I've heard have a higher number was last year with Fiora, who, if she did not sleep in last year, one of her panels would have been her 200th straight panel. Unfortunately, she slept in for one convention, missed a panel, and she was very upset about it. We still said, no, this is still 200. You've done, and at the very least, 200 panels, even if you slept through one. And that is the thing. And you have done amazing things, and you should celebrate yourself that. Because I have done this for a while. I'm not even close to like either double digits above 20. I'm probably closer to 10 at this point. But it is what it is, and we work through it. Acid.
Okay. Yeah. How many cons did I go? My first convention was PonyCon Holland in 2021. Of course, I didn't perform there, but I was only there as visitor. Then my second one was PonyCon Holland 2022. Then UK PonyCon in 2023, where I did perform, however. Then also PonyCon Holland in 2023, which made it 4. Then need to think. Galacon in 2024. PonyCon Holland in 2024 as well, where I did perform, however. And UK PonyCon in 2024 as well. So it will be 7 for now, but soon it will be 9 with BabsCon and Fest included. Hopefully 10 maybe, but hopefully maybe 10, 11, but I will see.
Yeah, and I was going more on panels for me, but conventions, I'm probably getting close to like 25 because I've had local, and for Pony, it was going to Midwest Brony Fest, I believe, in 2014 and 2015, skipping for a while, and then going to the last BronyCon and TrotCon in 2021 because, the year that we didn't have conventions. And of course, my online stuff here for 6 years, and a lot of other stuff with Everfree and HarmonyCon. But that's basically it. AWOL, I'm assuming you're up there with Achieve on how many you've been to.
Surprisingly, no. Nowadays, as quite a few people know, I really only do conventions anymore if I'm going to be performing. Otherwise, I just don't bother because it's been getting to be too much of both a cost and a logistical nightmare for me to both get the time off and get out there. I ran the numbers in regards to PonyCons only. I have performed at 10, and I have attended an additional 6 more. It's kind of funny, Achiever, talking about how we had met at PonyCon NY, the last one that was actually New Jersey, not New York. But I'm certain at several of the BronyCons in the years before that, we have crossed paths and just never said hi. So I've always known about Achieve for many, many years. It's just that we had never really got to the situation where we were actually on a speaking basis. And good friends, of course. Between the time that I had done a live performance and my first performance was a 7-year gap, and I made sure to let the audience know that this is what happened when I was given the opportunity to perform at Everfree Northwest. And then the rest was history at that point. The beginning of the next year, I'd perform at PonyCon, NYNJ, whichever one you want to call it, then BronyCon, then Canterlot KC. That was Kansas City. One-off it happened exactly the same weekend as TrotCon, so it doesn't exist anymore. It happens.
Actually, it was Nightmare Nights last year. I was there at Canterlot KC. Because that was in October, I believe.
Yeah. So then things kind of dialed down before they could pick up again. In 2019, I had only performed at 1, and that was Winnie City PonyCon. And then the whole human malware thing happened. I did have a contract that was signed and ready to go, but it ended up getting canceled and we delayed it. And since then, I've been to a few Sequestria Fests and a few TrotCons, both in 2022 and 2024, and then in 2023, just Sequestria Fest. Looking to go to more, but at this point, it's just a matter of whether they want me to perform or not.
Yeah, that is the thing that people forget about musicians, that you are a draw, and you have to be compensated for the time off in some way, and make it affordable to do so.
Yeah, I mean, with the fandom conventions, I do give a lot of leeway, because, like, if I was just going someplace to a weekend to just perform for whatever, there would be a rate, I would expect a travel compensation. I mean, I'm already a cheap gig, but I expect some compensation my way if I'm going to be performing, if they want me to be present for the event. Otherwise, I mean, if they're not really going to compensate, then I'm going to be like, okay, so well, here's my rate list. You get me for 4 hours at this rate, regardless of whether I'm performing or not. So have fun with it. But you know, some places just don't really want to compensate, and I'm not going to go to them. That's just how it is.
Yeah, because
sense.
again, people forget that this is all a fan hobby at this point. Some people can make a living off of it, but it's just a hobby. And it's a lot easier to just be like, hey, just give me either the room, the ticket, or a food voucher, and I'll perform.
All I ask for is the badge, which should be costing a convention zero if they're doing their stuff properly, and a shared hotel space. I don't care if it's a floor. Make it happen, and we're good.
Yep, and that's reasonable. Oh, Blue.
I've never been to a proper con. I don't have due to finances and also my deathly fear of flying. But it's something that I definitely do want to try at some point because I definitely want to learn con etiquette and I want to meet everyone because it'd be awesome. But yeah, that's a future thing. But I will say, in terms of online conventions, this will be my third time attending Ponies Online.
And that's kind of why we still do these online conventions, because not everyone is able to do the IRL space. Because one, travel, two, expenses, or three, a country not really putting itself together properly, and you're like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, and that's a big point of respect for cons like Ponies Online because they're trying to give as much of the con experience as they can to people who can't afford to show in person for whatever reason, and that's awesome. I think that's just super awesome.
Well, we try our best here. We're not perfect. We will never claim to be perfect. Code, how have you done on your journey?
Well, in addition to presenting at online cons and events, I must say I didn't attend any con before, and maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe I I'm grown here in Mexico. At least I don't know about a single con or a relevant brownie con like the like all over the world. But if I would like to attend some cons, at least here in the United States. There's a lot of brownie cons, and there's so many musicians and a lot of fans of My Little Pony and stuff. And I would like to perform on all of that conventions. I don't know, HarmonyCon, Winnie City. That was the first that I performed online for sure. I'm a free anchor. I don't know, and also I would love to be in Europe and online. No, like not Brony European convention like Chiquestria, Galacon, and more of that. But we must know, as I don't remember who said that it will be very expensive from here because in some countries will act they ask some for visas, passports, and all that stuff. Then well, and but anyway, I would like to have that dream to travel to that count, connect with both people, like anyone said, and well, that will be so great for me.
Yeah, and it's one of those things of I hope you're able to, at the very least, get to Harmony because that's relatively close. It's still a long ways away, but it's relatively close. Dauntless.
So as far as like performing, I think I've done maybe 5 online cons. I've done Renegade stages and I think 2 hotel parties. So nothing like main stage at cons, but I've been to just about every BronyCon, and I think one called Cloudsdale Congress or something like that. There's something really small that happened, I think 1 year, 1 or 2 years. But other than that, I think my con count's maybe sitting around 20. I've got like a whole stack of badges back there, but I mean, now that I'm older and like, married to Kawaii Savage and stuff, we had to like take time back. So I had a hiatus of like performing at all, but now that I'm starting to again, I might try to make it to another con space soon. Just haven't had time because working overtime, like AWOL said, you got to find time and expenses to do it. So now we pay for a house and stuff.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Life will happen, and not everyone can live the, and I quote here heavily, dream of being a traveling musician.
Yeah, I've played like other venues and like clubs and stuff, but as far as traveling to like conventions and stuff, it's just hard.
Yeah. And Dips, your thoughts, because I know you've done at the very least BabsCon and online.
In terms of like just going into cons in general, because again, this is my first time still like doing sing along stuff. The only cons I've ever went to are usually just all California based. I went to BabsCon 2019 all the way down to now currently about to be 2025 in about a couple of weeks. But in terms of like other conventions that are not pony related, I went to some Fresno conventions over there, such as Anime Gaming Con, Anime Gaming Expo, or like what Blue Rain said, the cost.
Yeah, that is always going to be the issue. So, Drum, your thoughts?
So, I have only been to 2 IRL conventions in my life. The first one was Crystal Mountain PonyCon 2017, which is in Salt Lake City, Utah. And there is the one-off pony convention, High Roller PonyCon, which is in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2018. I wish they could bring that back, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But I have been to like most of the online pony conventions, starting as early as HawkCon, if anyone remembers it.
Surprisingly, this is a descendant of HawkCon.
This is literally what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I feel old. I remember the name.
yeah, I feel old. And 2020 is basically like when I start going into more online conventions, which makes sense since it's like during the COVID pandemic and there's like Pony Fest, even though I didn't get to attend to it as much. There is also like there's IRL conventions that have done their own version of an online convention, like BabsCon Live, BabsCon Line 2021. That was really fun, where you play like Jackbox and Cards Against Humanity, and I get to perform as well. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much about it when it comes to conventions. Oh yeah, and I've been to a lot of like music events such as Rave for the House of Bells and Burning Mare, and yeah.
Love the rave.
Yep.
Oh yeah. The Rave is so awesome. I love going there every year.
Shout out to the rave of the House of Bells, super sick. Awesome
Yeah,
cause.
shout out to Emma.
Great
Yep,
shout out to Emma. Great shout out to Emma as well. She is a great
Shout out to Emma.
She is a great
Emma!
person for online conventions.
She would have loved to be here, but it's German time, and German time means it's sleep time.
Yeah.
Basically the same time as I have.
And we thank you, Acid, for being able to be here. Luna Amity.
Well, first of all is the cost, obviously. Well, just consider the cost and make it double or triple because I live in Russia. Well, then,
yeah. As much as some of us complain, I think you got the worst expense here.
Yeah. Like any way you could think of, it's expensive as hell. But considering IRL cons. Well, I've been at 3 or 4, but just as a guest, because well, I wasn't doing music back then when I visited some cons. But well, I have one in the future. I I was invited, so it's happening in a month from now on. So I guess it will be my first one. Uh, and online matter, it's well, this one is worth.
Yeah, again, we try our best here. Mullet, it.
Conventions in real life. I've been to Nebraska Anime Con 3 times, but I've never performed at it. Those are the only only in-person conventions I've been to, just because I can't afford to travel. Online, I was reminded that I did Babs Lab 2 as I tried not to crash my car.
Lab.
Yeah, that was fun. This is my third or fourth Ponies Online. I've done Pony Fest, I think, twice, and that's really about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm getting a thing in my ears saying best to wrap up because one of the machines is dying and it'll kill the broadcast. So, I'm going to end it here. The only other question we had left at that time would be a favorite musician IRL outside of the fandom. And you can
Linkin
just
Park.
put that in the chat and make it a little bit easier as we wrap up.
No, shit.
But I want to thank everyone for doing this. Thank you to all the musicians for wanting to hang out and do this. And I want to thank Emma for being like, yeah, do that. I'm going to bed.
Thank you, Emma.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
Emma.
also go.
We love you.
Thank you, Emma.
All right.
Love you, Emma.
As
Shut
well.
up.
I wanted to pop in and say I thank all of you for performing for us at Ponies Online. I hope all of you have had a great time this year, and we hope to have you back
Yeah.
for future events.
No, thank you
Oh,
for
I'll
having
be
us.
there.
Definitely.
For
Yeah,
God,
of course.
the first time I did this, I got so emotional because on how people really did support what I did there. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. people,
for a
like, go
first time, and
nuts.
it was unexpected for me. Honestly,
But this will end it here. Alex, you can restart the machine, even if it hasn't already.
I'll tell Golden he'll be go in 1 minute to start the machine.
Yeah. Again, thanks everyone. And if we get cut off, it's been awesome rocking out and just hearing the stories and, dipping my toe into the musician category.
Yeah.
If any of you want to do another meet and greet like this again, don't hesitate to poke Emma about it, and we can try this again next year.
Awesome.
Definitely.
And
All right.
Awesome.
and good luck from our side. Because
Yep.
bless you.
You
Thanks.
just sneeze. bless you.
Hopefully, there's
It
better
was me.
ability for musicians next year.
Yeah.
yeah,
As always, if enough of you want it, we will provide it.
Yeah.
Cool.
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
If anyone wants to get back on the Ponytown and the music thing, I'm going to say go ahead and check out Inmate. I believe he or she is up next, and then
Yep.
Oh, I love Serenade.
I am finishing.
Yep. And
Yeah,
for
Yep,
I'll be there.
anyone,
I'm definitely putting this in the VR chat hangout for sure.
yep.
Yeah, I got. And I go to
And
bed. I go to bed now.
yes, those that need to sleep, go the frick to bed. We love you, but go the frick to bed.
Go
I
eat.
will.
Go
Sleepy,
eat.
go to sleepy.
Lunar.
Oh yeah. I definitely.
Go
I just gotta
sleep.
go. I just gotta go make dinner. I'm staying here.
Go to bed.
Yeah. And for
Yeah,
anyone
have a good
looking
night.
for the next panels, we have how to. So you want to run an MLP panel with ACLP coming up at the same time that the concerts start back up again, and that'll be in the panelist stage. And have a good night, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Night.
Again, thank you.
Good
Thank you once
night.
again. Thank you.
Thank you once
Bye.
again.
Have fun later.
All
Thank
right.
you for watching and please subscribe to me.
All right. I'm shutting down the stage. Y'all have fun.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of
Yep.
the event.
Later, guys.
Yeah, thanks for letting us do
Hell
this.
yeah.
On the VR chat. I'll
No
see you
problem.
guys in
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Shake it
Take
up.
care.
Bye.
Bye.